What's up, all my Ewoks, Tribbles, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a review of the new Willow show that Disney just put out. But guys, before I get into that, my channel is Hardcore Shadow Banned here on YouTube, so every single like, share, comment really helps out my channel fighting the pesky YouTube algorithms. Also, if you guys haven't yet, maybe take a minute, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that that bell is set to all. That way you actually get notifications when I post videos and live streams. And now that that's out of the way, let's get on to the review of episodes 1 and 2 of Willow. Alright guys, so I have some visual aids pulled up for while I do this review. Now, basically the little recap of it is that even though we left off on a happy ending, things went dark after that because Willow had a vision that that there's going to be new bad guys that are going to come after Allura, so they had to put Allura into hiding. Mad Mardigan basically took off and never came back. They made it seem at first that he was like a deadbeat dad because him and Sorsha had twins, a boy and a girl. The girl's absolutely insufferable. The boy is like the womanizer that does everything wrong, according to everyone else. But what they say about him is actually he does the exact opposite. So it kind of blows my mind because he's the only one that's like nice and tries to solve problems, but because he's a man, they gotta, degrade him in every possible way. And so what really happened was Mad Mardigan took off to go find like some magic to protect Allura, and they had to hide Allura's identity and all of that fun stuff. And so the bad guys show up, and on the night that it is the princess, which is this is the princess. So she is, okay, let me start off this. She is a warrior princess lesbian that doesn't want to be part of an arranged marriage to this dude who's the actor that's from like all of the new Wes Anderson movies. He was like in the Grand Budapest Hotel and the French Dispatch and stuff like that. So he's done quite a few movies now. But she doesn't want to marry him. He seems to have absolutely no interest in her. She's extremely rude. She throws a temper tantrum whenever she doesn't get her way. Everything has to be her way or the highway. She complains about everything. She has absolutely no sense of responsibility or duty. Even her girlfriend tries to bring that up to her. Her girlfriend, who also is a warrior that wants to become a knight. And so this girl is just absolutely insufferable. She's jealous. She wants to be the center of attention. When she doesn't get her way, it's like, let me throw the biggest bitch fit in the world. And she's a very unlikable cunt. Basically, that's what happened. And then that's her. And it's like, oh my God. Like, I hope that this is one of the things where they try to teach her a lesson and she tries to grow as a character, because right now she is absolutely insufferable. But so the bad guys show up during the night. This blonde chick right here was like the prince's main love interest, even though they all say that he's a womanizer. He's like, I guess, in love with her, and she's in love with him, even though she's like a cook in the kitchen, or she helps out in the kitchen, and she's a really good cook. And she sees him and she kind of gets jealous because she sees him talking to other girls at the wedding, but he is obviously aware of her feelings and he seems to like her, and he proposes to her. Then shit hits the fan and all the bad guys show up and they take the prince. They take him. And what's got to happen is they have to go find the prince. So the princess is like, I'm gonna go after my twin brother. Her girlfriend's like, I'll join you. This dude is like locked up in the dungeon, but Sorsha was talking to him and she sets him free to go fight all the bad guys. And then when they let him free, he doesn't do anything bad. He just tries to escape. So they have to keep him chained up. So he agrees to go. One other old knight agrees to go. And then because it's her boyfriend, or fiance, I should say, because since he proposed to her, she decides to tag along, and she just like, oh, I'll be your cook. And the prince from the other kingdom that's betrothed to Kit, the princess, the insufferable cunt, he decides to go along with them. And on the way, they're going to pick up Willow because he's a sorcerer and they need a sorcerer to go with them. And then they wake up in the morning, she's gone, and they're like, well, the only way that, you can get through this barrier, because there's a magic barrier around the kingdom that was put up to protect Allura. So the bad guys can't go through this barrier, except now they can because they showed up and they took the prince. And this is like the little gateway that you have to go through. And so while she's off by herself, she finds like a log, because there's also a trench that separates the gateway from the rest of the realm, and you have to cross this bridge. But she finds a tree, and she gets across the tree, and she magically goes through the magical barrier. I wonder why. Maybe that's a setup for something. But as they're going through the barrier, he can read the writing on the wall because he's good with books. That's his character, is that he's kind of comedic relief. He's got that dry humor, like the way that he responds to things is supposed to be the funny thing. But he's also, I guess, the token nerd that can read ancient languages of the bad guys. So he reads the ancient language of the bad guys that's written in red, which, because it's Disney, it's like, I guess it's supposed to be blood, but it doesn't look like blood. So he's reading it. When he reads it, it sets off these tremors, and they get through. And then the old knight is like lecturing them because they run into the girl, and they're like, how the hell did you get through the barrier? And then he's giving them all a lecture, and he's giving the princess a lecture for stop being an unsufferable cunt. You stop running away. Everyone stop fighting. And as he's giving this lecture, the bad guys shoot him, because he's giving a lecture about surviving, and then he gets shot by the bad guys with an arrow, and he dies. And they have to escape the bad guys. The princess took off because she was throwing a bitch fit. Oh no, that's a little bit later. She throws so many bitch fits, I get them all mixed up. But so they have to escape the bad guys, and they get the blonde chick back with them, the prince's girlfriend or fiance. Then they run into the village where Willow is, and they run into Willow, and then he's like, oh my gosh, you're here? And then he goes and touches her arm, and he reveals it's Alora. She is Alora Denham. That's why she had the magic, and she could cross through the barrier where no one else could. Everyone else had to go through the doorway, but she could go through it. So she is Alora. And then the next episode is it starts off with a flashback of him going and seeing Sorsha, and basically saying that, yeah, the bad guys are going to try to get her. And she's like, okay, well, we're going to hide her. We're changing her name. We're changing her hair color. They like use berries and like beetles to like change her hair color from red to blonde to lighten her hair. And I'm like, really? You guys do that every couple of weeks to get her roots too? It doesn't look like it. It looks like she's a natural freaking blonde. They should have just had Willow use magic to change her appearance, just like it hid the little mark on her arm. And later on in the episode, when it's another flashback, we find out that him and Sorsha got into a fight because Sorsha sent Mad Mardigan off to go find magic that would be strong enough to protect Alora, and he never returned. And so Willow's like, no, I guarantee you he found it, and there's no way, like, he's not dead, but something happened to him to prevent him from coming back to you, because there's no way that he would abandon you and his children, because he loves you. And later on, when we find out that she doesn't want Willow teaching Alora magic, he tries to, talk to Alora to get her to come back with him to his village, and so that way he can teach her. And she like gets scared and runs, because she's like, some random grown-up that's like my size, because she's little when this happens, is trying to like take me away. Or that's alluded to, like why she's running away, because it's scene cuts. And then she tells him like, you're just doing like pig tricks, like you're not a real sorcerer and you never will be. And then he leaves and says that he's never coming back. And so that was like their beef and why they haven't seen each other in years. But so since now it's revealed that she's Alora, the prince dude is like all in love with her. Now she, the girlfriend, the princess's girlfriend is like, I vow, you are Alora Denham, which means you have my loyalty and my sword is yours. And this dude is like, yeah, we need to protect you. And she's fucking jealous because she's not the center of attention, and she's throwing a fucking bitch fit, and she like leaves. She's like, we need to go and see my brother. We don't have time for her to learn magic. And he catches up to her, is like, yo, we're all going on the same road. Of course I'm going to run into you. And during this time, Sorsha realizes that Alora is actually gone. And so she sends off her knight to go and get him. Then we find out the knight is actually a bad guy, and he's been a bad guy this whole time, and he kills half of the men that are in his group, and I guess he turns the other half evil, because then they're after Alora now too. And then it cuts to like this weird looking dude right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So they got like, these are the bad guys. So these are the two that stole the prince, and this is like one of the ones that's talking to like the old crone who's the villain. It's like, I wonder who that is. But so it cuts to a scene of like her saying like, oh, Alora's alive and Alora has passed through the barrier. We need to go get her. And so the bad guys, of course, are all coming after Alora. And so Willow gets a little pep talk from his daughter, and she's like, you gotta go, Dad. You need to go and go on this adventure, and I'm proud of you. And go with Allura, and you can teach her magic along the way. So they all, and even Allura's like, oh, I need to go save Prince Eric because I love him, and I want to be with him, and me saving Eric is more important than me learning magic. So they all go, and Willow tags along to teach her magic, and she can't say any of the magical words. She doesn't seem to be showing any kind of inclination towards magic of any kind. Of course, Princess Insufferable Cunt is just like throwing a fucking bitch fit every 2 minutes because she's not the center of attention. Then this dude reveals that, hey, I was a squire to your dad and I know what really happened to him. And she's like, she waits until the end of the episode to ask him, yo, what happened to my dad? Like, she doesn't ask him immediately. She waits until the end of the episode. And this dude is obviously into Allura. He shows up when she's trying to learn the magic and she's like off by herself, like sitting, trying to concentrate. He's like, I'm good with books. I can help you. Obviously, it's totally obvious why, you know, Princess Insufferable Cunt is jealous of you. Everyone is like amazed at the fact that you're Allura. And then he's like, all right, well, if you ever need any help, I'll be over here. And then she's sitting there all night. She's trying to do the magic. Willow then reveals to his friend, he's like, because the friend's like, dude, you can still teach your magic. And Willow's like, no, that's not it. Like, my vision, I saw everyone dying and I saw Allura dead. So the only way to save everyone is Allura has to die. And then it cuts to a scene of her sitting there practicing her magic. And then, of course, nobody is watching her. Nobody is guarding her. And the bad guy shows up and takes her. The bad knight guy that Sorsha sent after her. He takes her, and then because the Princess Insufferable Cunt was giving her shit because she didn't show any signs of doing, like, being magical, the episode ends with the camera zooming into a plant that was created out of her magic, and it plays cheesy music, and that is the episode. So yeah, guys, that's the show. After decades of waiting, if you guys were waiting, guess what? Guess what? Oh my gosh. This is what you get. Now, also, I just wanted to show you guys this as well. So if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you should go and do so. It's That Star Wars Girl, and my name on Twitter is like stuck as That Star Trek Girl right now. So if you guys are confused, that is me. But I'll do live tweets. And so you end up like with a synopsis of the show, like a bullet pointed synopsis. A lot of people like it and find my complete honesty and bluntness entertaining. So if you guys you like stuff like that, go over and follow me on Twitter and go check it out. This will be linked down below in the description of this video. But so this is one that I want to point out because this was extremely cheap. And I think I mentioned that earlier in this video, but I just wanted to reiterate it because they literally, I do cosplay. Some of the costumes in this show, I've seen on Amazon before. You wouldn't think that this was, you know, a multi-million-dollar production made by Disney. You would think that this is a fan film, and that's basically the level that it is. I really hope that like all of the money that went into this is just paying Warwick Davis, and because he deserves all of that. So I hope that a majority of the budget is going to him because it's obviously not going to the show. So unless they're laundering money, I don't know where the heck it is because it's not in the costumes, it's not in the sets, and it is not in the CGI. It looks like a low budget fan production, and I'm pretty sure a low budget fan production could come up with a better story than this. Heck, it's almost as if there's source material out there, like books that they could have used, but nope. Instead they did this. And we get this. Now, like I said, maybe the Princess, the Insufferable Cunt one, maybe they'll get better. Maybe it'll be part of like the character arc. But honestly, in my opinion, and from my experience in recent days, they don't know how to do character arcs anymore. And the little ones that they claim to have aren't actual character arcs. So I don't have much faith in it, but maybe they're making her so unlikable so at the end she can be likable. But I don't have much faith in Disney doing that, whereas, you know, other shows that they do a pretty good job of having, you know, characters that are very unlikable become likable. But again, I don't think Disney knows how to do that anymore, so it's unfortunate, but that's the reality of the world that we live in right now. So yeah, that's my review of Willow episode 1 and 2. You guys gonna watch it? after hearing that? Do you guys want to watch it? Do you guys have any interest in it? Like, what do you think? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, please smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. And if you guys haven't yet, maybe take a minute, smash the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that that bell is set to all, that way you actually get notifications when I post videos and when I do live streams. And guys, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone. What's up, everyone, and thank you so much again for watching my channel and my content. And if you would like to support me further, because I am not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, as much as I want Mio to get behind me and sponsor me, because I love Mio, I actually created something. I created a cosplay calendar of some of your favorite video game characters, and this is the second cosplay calendar I have done. Everyone really liked the first one, and so, you know, I really am grateful for everyone that's come out and support this one as well. It means the world to me. We already broke the total from last year's entire campaign in the first 30 days of this campaign. So thank you once again, everyone, so much for your support. And if you guys are new here and you guys don't know me, well, then this is a really good way to, you know, get to know me and back my calendar and support my channel. There's a lot of really popular characters that were, you know, requested for the first calendar, like Samus. So I started off with her. And unlike Hollywood, as I try to give you guys what you want, I try to give fans and nerds and, you know, all of us that have been told F you by Hollywood to give, you know, you guys what you want and what, you know, I want, which is staying true to characters and trying to, you know, do the best version of them that I possibly can. So as you guys can see here, this is my Jill Valentine. I got Jade from Mortal Kombat. I got the one and only Lara Croft, my girl Lara. Then I have Miranda from Mass Effect. Now I'm still adding images of these characters. There are going to be 12 different ones. And if you guys are interested in, you know, supporting an independent content creator like myself, this is the way to do it. I, you know, do the photos, I, you know, do the cosplay, I ship everything out myself. So this is a 100% my own project. So if you guys, again, want to support me and my channel and keep everything rolling, please consider backing my cosplay calendar. I would really appreciate it. The links are down in the description below. So please check that out if you guys haven't already. And if this isn't something for you, then maybe take a second and, you know, share it to somebody who this might be, you know, something they'd be interested in. Once again, everyone, thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.
Also, guys, I have a Twitch channel where I play video games like Elden Ring and KOTOR, as well as an Instagram where I post photos from my recent cosplay escapades. If you guys aren't following me on either of those, go do so now. The link is in the description of this video. And just in case if you guys are interested in my art, I have an art Instagram as well where I post all of the time-lapse videos from my recent project, the Eye project, as well as other projects that I've worked on if you scroll down further. And if you're interested in purchasing some prints of my art or stickers or bookmarks and stuff like that, any kind of merchandise that I make based on the stuff that I paint, you guys can go over to my Etsy. It's the Art of Anna TSWG. Everything, again, that I've showed you will be linked down below in the description of this video. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.